I'm telling you, that is like a revenge pee.
Oh, you've asked me to be respectful of your house. Let me piss on your floor. I don't know what on our end. Regionalness.
Running.
Number plate. If you lie, prepare for the consequence pie. You know when like a child licks a bus window?
Where are you going with this?
I feel like sharing it online is giving in to that urge to lick the window. You know, as an adult, you shouldn't do that. Like, the rational side of your brain is like, this isn't correct behaviour, but you just gotta taste that window. Why are you looking at me like that? You're through to 1-800-DRAMA,
The show where you share your biggest dilemmas.
and we help you navigate them.
I'm Shaaba.
And I'm Jamie.
Come join us as we help people figure out if they are the drama.
Because sometimes you just need an outside perspective.
And we can all expand our own mindsets along the way.
Wait, am I the drama? Red flag, green flag, Shaaba.
Hit me!
Adult geeks.
That is not the word I expected when you said adult. Okay, green flag.
Yes.
Assuming we are adult geeks, right? Is
Yes.
that what you mean?
We're going for the type of adult who's like comic books, video games,
Yeah.
like
Plushies.
the quote-unquote nerdy interests.
That's more than a green flag to me. Like, you're not just okay. I actively encourage that. I think that's really cool when people can just be themselves as an adult and not feel like restricted by societal stigma.
Yes, I don't like this whole you're too old.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I do agree, yeah.
I even agree for those like hardcore adult geeks, which I don't think we are. But you know, shout out to you D&D playing, World of Warcraft life-defining, Klingon speaking beauties.
Yes, it's just a different type of hobby.
Yeah, I agree.
And if people can get on with horses, then people can get on board with geeks.
Big green flag for you.
Woo.
So how's Pride season going for you, Jamie?
Oh, colourful as ever.
I love it. I love it. It's been fun and full.
Full.
As it should be.
Like after you eat a big roast dinner.
Fun and full, yes. Like my grandpa's belly at Christmas time.
Oh, how delicious.
Yeah.
Now I will always have that image for Pride.
You're welcome.
I'm very much enjoying that.
Continuing Pride, I believe we're doing some little outings.
We are leaving the house. We're not just sitting behind a camera. Yes, to celebrate the paperback release of the Teen LGBT, we are extending the Spilling the Tea book tour. Hello, Kat.
Apollo's at the microphone, also agreeing.
He is. He wants to come along. Would you like to come along to an event? We are extending the tour to the UK. So we're going to be hitting some UK stops throughout August.
Go and take a look over at Jamie's Instagram if you're interested and want to come join us at some point.
You may do that.
At some place in the UK.
Drama.
Are we ready to go fishing for a hole?
Drama.
Let's do it.
Let's go. Am I the drama, Shaaba, for kicking my nephew and brother out of my home during their visit?
I'm actually so sad right now.
Ooh.
This is the first time I've noticed that drama and Shaaba, they don't really rhyme.
No, it's fine.
Near rhymes.
If
They're
you were
half rhymes,
Shama.
okay.
Drama Shama.
That makes me sad.
Or if it was Draba.
A core memory of mine is being at university, and our intro tutor was like, okay, everybody to help remember each other's names, we're gonna do like an alliteration thing. So you'd be like Jumping Jamie,
Oh God.
Jalapeno Jamie, something like that.
No, you did not just say jalapeno.
I can think of another J word.
No,
But I was like,
I will kick you out of my home.
I was like, what do? I can't think of a good, decent adjective or verb for Shaaba.
Singing.
But it's a s, not a sh.
Oh, shirty.
Shirty Shaaba.
Shitty.
Thank you. Shocking Shaaba.
Shocking.
Shiny Shaaba, I think was the
Shiny.
one. I didn't like that. I was like, I don't want to be shiny. I want to be happy.
Shiny like you've run a marathon.
Anyway,
Or shiny like a star.
should we actually get on with the drama?
Yeah, impossible to tell from the title of this one.
Let's read on.
So take it away.
My brother and his son Josh, 16, were visiting for the 4th of July. We've got a small apartment near Disneyland. Ooh.
Get you.
Spenny, bougie, I see you. We were supposed to see the fireworks from the 4th at my place. We're
Right.
a lesbian couple. Okay.
Woo, pride.
I'm like, what has this got to do with it? But we'll see. So we never had to deal with this, but there was constant pee on our bathroom floor that my wife and I have slipped and stepped in the first day that they were here.
Ew.
Wow. Okay, I kindly asked them to stop, but it's happened again, and my wife told them to effing sit down to pee if you can't control your stream.
It is totally unnecessary for there to be
Any pee
pee
anywhere.
on the floor.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Mistakes happen, but clean it up.
Yes,
Before you leave the
exactly.
bathroom, you flush, you wash your hands, clean it up. Not in that order.
Oh yeah. No, seriously, but using like men's public bathrooms, the amount of strangers pee that I've gotten on my shoes before just walking around there, it is disgusting. There is literally pee everywhere.
And that is how I know that TERS have got it wrong and it's not a choice. Because if it were, nobody would choose to be in the men's bathroom.
Exactly. Disgusting.
It's so funny. I don't think I've ever been in a men's bathroom. Not even like in a desperate need, you know. But I've heard very, very terrible things.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Well, you know what? You got a lot of other privilege, so sit down.
But it's I do sit. It's one thing to be a bit messy in a public bathroom,
but in a guest
house, like if you do a poop and you leave a skid, get rid of it. If you pee and it goes on the toilet seat, you wipe it. If you pee and it goes all over the floor, you clean it up.
I will say I have a little bit of sympathy for the skid. I do, because sometimes it's not as easy to clean, especially if there are not amenities there for you to be able to do it.
Okay,
like,
sure.
Everybody poops, I get it.
If there's no brush, then yeah, I get it.
If it's on the floor, if it's on the seat, you wipe that shit up. I mean, I'm hoping it's not shit, but you know what I mean.
You wipe that pee or shit up.
You wipe it up. The next time I went into my bathroom, there was a huge puddle of piss on the floor.
Sorry, I just love the phrase puddle of piss.
I showed my wife and my brother. We were angry because we rent and we're above people, and I would hate to explain piss dripping down the ceiling to my neighbours. I mean,
bit dramatic.
Right? Like,
that's
never
just
not going to happen
It's
in a
bathroom, and if your bathroom is going to leak liquid down to the neighbours, then you have a bigger problem than pee on the floor.
Absolutely.
But I do understand the frustration at frequently finding piss on your bathroom floor.
Especially like a puddle. I'm feeling like OP is a bit dramatic. I'm not really liking them based on the tone of this post.
It could have been 2 drips. A puddle.
If it is a huge puddle,
yeah,
I don't think that's a mistake.
Oh.
I feel like that's an intentional pee. Who leaves a huge puddle of pee on the floor?
Yes. Well, this person.
I told my brother and his son to get the F out since they can't respect my home. Ooh. Josh is old enough to know better, so it's absolutely no excuse. And just a reminder, that's Josh, the
16-year-old nephew.
That's right. The hotel near us, since it's a holiday, are stupid expensive, and my brother can't afford it, and he isn't leaving until Sunday night. It's going to cost him upwards of $1,000, or he could go to a less expensive location, but he doesn't have a car, and renting one out would be expensive.
Right.
I'm really disgusted at my nephew, but my mum acts like we should forgive him because he's a teenager. It's been a nightmare of arguing and screaming because my brother still has to go to LAX on Sunday afternoon, and we still aren't really on good terms with everything going on, and my wife refuses to let him or Josh back in the house, and I don't know if things will ever be civil enough to take it back to the airport on Sunday.
This one is not clear-cut to me. It's clear-cut that there is wrong behaviour going on, but
As in, don't pee puddles on the floor.
But
Please.
am I feeling like the response was disproportionate?
I kind of am.
Yes.
To kicks... Okay, I think the whole lesbian thing has nothing to do with it.
Well, I feel like they mentioned that because they're trying to say we are two, I'm assuming, cis women, so we sit to pee, we don't get pee on the floor.
I guess what I'm saying is, I'm just going to be really honest, the way this has been phrased by OP has really rubbed me up the wrong way. I don't like the dramaticness, and it's making me feel like I can't really trust what they're saying entirely, and so I'm keeping that in mind. But the biggest thing that I was wondering is, like, why are you bringing that up? Is this for like extra points to be like, oh, because I don't have to deal with that myself, I shouldn't have to deal with it from others? Because if I stood up to pee, I would still not be accepting this. See what I mean? It just feels like an unnecessary point.
I hear what you mean. I think they're maybe saying that so that they're potentially maybe a little, but I think it's maybe like a combination, because to me that was just being said of like, I'm coming to a forum to see if I've overreacted, and to just explain
for people to just leave pee everywhere?
Yeah, I'm coming from the position of living in a household where nobody stands to pee, so I don't understand if this is normal behaviour.
Well, I'd like to think it's not normal behaviour. Are we in consensus with that? You don't leave pee everywhere?
I mean, I grew up with a household with 2 cis men who stood to pee as far as I'm aware, and there was not pee all over the floor all the time.
I have lived in multiple houses, all of which has had at least one cis man, and you're right, I have also not seen pee in this way. I have been the person to pee sometimes on a toilet seat or on the floor by accident.
I did that as a child.
It happens, but you clean it up and you move on with your life, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. It's like, look, if it was late at night and you like standing to pee and that's what you do, you get a bit on the floor, clean it up. My problem is I
Don't know.
kindly asked them to stop, but it happened again, and my wife told them, effing sit down to pee if you can't control your stream. I'm a bit lost on this one, if I'm honest.
I feel
I'm
like
not
they've
happy
said
with
3
anybody.
strikes and they're out, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, I told you to stop. My wife shouted at you to stop. You did it again, so I told you to get out. And now it's caused this huge issue.
Yeah. It's also difficult because I can't tell if it's just the nephew that's doing it or the nephew and the brother.
Do you think the brother has spoken to the nephew? I'm imagining so. I really think it's a revenge pee. I think that's what's happened. The big pee. Because nobody just has a huge puddle on the floor.
Yeah.
That you're so nervous it's going to drip down to the people below you.
That is just ridiculous.
I know. Honestly, it was at that point that OP lost me a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
I would have been angry, and I appreciate the anger and I respect the anger, and I don't think you're an arsehole for getting frustrated and being like, clean it up for God's sake.
Don't want to step in this.
I don't think I would have kicked them out, especially not in that circumstance where they weren't in a financial position to find anywhere else. Like, where are they staying?
Now.
Yeah.
I think things are just awkward, right? Because they're looking for other places, but it's too pricey.
Well, they're like, my
Or
wife
car is
won't
too
let them
pricey.
back in the house.
Oh, yeah.
So where are they?
I'm feeling like maybe this got very heated, and what OP and wife need to do is to be like, look, well, actually, I think this actually needs to come from Josh and brother. Look, we're so sorry.
Yeah.
This will not happen again. Give us one more chance. And if it does, we'll leave.
Yeah. I also think the brother needs to take more responsibility for, like, telling his son how to be a grown-up and pee properly.
But also, like, he's 16. He should know.
He should know, but he'd like that clearly his dad needs to be like, mate, clean it up. Because if the punishment is like, I'm going to stand here until you wipe that pee off the floor, and if it happens again, this is going to be the routine until you stop peeing on the
I'm
floor.
gonna take those tissues and I'm going to put them on your pillow until you've
Yeah.
learned to do better.
And then
Don't
it's
do that.
like, do they put up with him peeing on the floor
In
at
their
his
house.
home?
Yeah.
I don't
have
know.
no idea. Okay, here's my dilemma. I'm feeling like I don't like anybody, but I do think it was an overreaction. Like, my gut instincts is say that everybody sucks here.
But the question is, am I the drama for kicking my nephew and brother out?
No, wait. I'm having more problems now.
Oh
Hang
no.
on. Here's my problem. I'm not liking anybody, so I'm kind of wanting to say everybody
I'm
sucks here.
feeling that from you.
However, I do feel like this was a huge overreaction,
Yes.
which makes me feel like saying you are the drama.
Right.
However, it's your house, and you shouldn't have to put up with having to step on pee.
With piddle.
So how on earth are you the drama? This is Schrodinger's badge. How do all 3 badges exist in my head at the same time?
Oh no.
I don't know. I don't think pee, a problem as simple as pee, would be such a
I
conundrum.
think as well there may have been the feeling from OP and her wife that once they were like kicked out, it would be like okay, I'm really sorry, I won't do it again, let me go clean it up. Because that's what I would assume would happen.
I mean, they're kicked out and not let back in. So
And I'd say-
how can they clean it up?
Well, no, but if it was like let me come back in to clean it and I promise I will not do this again and I'm very, very sorry.
Maybe this is what's been said, but wife is really refusing to let them back in.
Maybe. I don't even know how I feel about this because I just think everybody's behaving annoyingly.
What do you think, Peaches? Let me know in the comments.
I don't know if I can badge this one.
We cannot have the first thing that we
Okay.
don't badge to be an issue as simple as pee. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, fine. If I were to go to a badge,
3, 2, 1,
everyone sucks.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just because, like, yes, you can kick people out of your house if they are behaving in a way you don't like.
But this forum is not can I.
It's
am I the
drama
drama
for
if
doing
I-
this.
And the
Yeah.
reality is, this is a big, in my opinion, over-exaggeration. Especially if they're only there for, like, it sounds like they're only there for a week.
Yeah, I'd have tried to put up with it. If the behaviour is awful, you shouldn't have to put up with anything. You shouldn't have to put up with people behaving badly in your house regardless.
You'll never be invited back.
Yes, exactly. And it's like saying there are consequences for this. I'm not going to kick you out because there's nowhere else for you to go and you can't afford to go anywhere else. However, this is
really
the
pissed
final
with you.
time. Yeah, I'm really pissed with you. If you clean up your act for the rest of the stay, then we'll consider it. If you carry on the way you are never coming back to this house.
I think you're so right. Like, for me, the issue here is not just the issue at hand. Like, yes, it's your house and you do not deserve to be stepping in someone else's pee in
Yeah.
your own bathroom, in any bathroom for that matter. However, when you think about the impact of what your consequence is, the ripple far outweighs the initial action, in my opinion,
Yeah.
in a way that just feels incredibly dramatic, just like your ceiling drip comment.
Oh,
It's the truth. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, no, and like it's never going to drip down to the ceiling. So I'm like, was it a huge puddle? I don't know.
It makes you question everything, right?
It
And it
does.
does really actually affect the end results.
Yeah, I feel like if this had been written differently.
Yeah, just be like, look, I'm really frustrated.
No.
I'm so sorry. Then I would be like, yes, you are not the drama.
No, I think I still would have come to the same conclusion because the result is still the same.
But if you didn't kick them out, and if it's like, look, I'm stuck in a rock and a hard place, a pea and my wife's place, my wife really does not want to let them back in, but I appreciate that they don't have anywhere else to go. What do I do?
Sure.
I mean? Like, if there's a more calculated approach towards the issue, I think that would definitely have influenced my decision. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You don't need to be Shakespeare. You just need to be kind.
Okay, I hear you. Shall we read some comments?
What do you think they're going to say?
I have no idea. I'm really actually intrigued. So desperate to find out what other people think because I'm still very unsure myself.
Well, let's go then.
I can't tell if we've been controversial. Not the drama. What kind of person goes into someone else's home, pisses all over the floor and just leaves it there for someone else to clean up? He's a teenager, not a toddler. If his father can't teach him basic respect for others, that's their problem, not yours.
Yes.
I agree with everything that's said. I really do. I just struggle to see kicking somebody out when they don't have any alternative place to stay as a slight problem.
They have a flight to get to. They are going home. It's tense. It's awkward.
Yeah.
Where are they going to stay? But otherwise, agreed.
Yes, fully.
This is awkward.
Oh my god, yeah, no, because now it's making me question, like, have I just been overly harsh by saying OP is in any way dramatic?
Let's read another. Let's see. What is the consensus? Are you sure it's Josh doing it and not the brother? Not the drama. You gave them multiple chances to clean up after themselves. And OP says, I don't give an F who's doing it. Again, just really rubbing me up the wrong way. The last one was intentionally full piss on the floor. Well, there you go.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that is like a revenge pee. Someone said to them, look, mate, clean up your act. And he was like, psh, 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 hose.
Oh.
However, it'd be extremely out of character for my brother. Does that change?
Honestly, like, it being solidified that was like, and let's take OP's word for it, genuinely intentional full piss on the floor, that goes beyond just being a little bit messy and not cleaning it up.
I agree with
and
you.
that is being hugely disrespectful in somebody's house, and that does kind of put me more on OP's side by quite a bit, because I'm like, this isn't just
like a full ass pee on the floor.
This isn't just a guy being messy and lazy and going like, I can do that, I pee standing up, leave me alone. This is somebody going, oh, you've asked me to be respectful of your house, let me piss on your floor. No, that's disgusting.
Yeah, no,
that is disgusting.
I would not let somebody back. And then even thinking of the consequences, you're so right. If that is an intentional full-on pee, so stop being. Maybe they weren't dramatic.
Yeah,
no, you are being dramatic by saying
it won't
drip down.
It won't
to the
drip
people
down. If it would drip down to the people underneath you, then there's a problem with your bathroom.
You gotta contact your landlord for sure. But like, that's why I was like, wow, how can something so small change? But it's because it's actually quite a big difference. It's the intention.
It is the intention
makes it significantly worse.
It really does. Yeah. It really does. My go-to would not be to kick them out. It would be to get a lock for the door on the outside
of the bathroom.
And be a key handout system and just not give it to Josh.
If you need to pee, go pee elsewhere.
Yeah,
I
get
love
it
the idea
because you still got somewhere to sleep because you can't afford to go anywhere else. But if you got to pee, you go find a local like public bathroom.
Yeah, and you know what? You're not coming back again ever.
Yeah, there would be severe consequences for that kind of behaviour. It's not just like, hey, can you stop leaving your wet, dirty towels on the guest bed?
Yes, I have a lot more sympathy if it's an intentional. If someone has actually just pissed on your floor. Also, interestingly, because I was just like, what's being lesbian got to do with it? I would wonder if you have no reason for Josh to be that angry with you. I would question. Maybe it's just because I'm LGBT and I'm like fiercely protective.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you just being an asshole because you don't like who we are? There's nothing to suggest that.
I might change my badge.
Oh, not the drama.
I might change my badge to not the drama with the caveat
if it's an intentional big
if it's definitely intentional, and like what kind of conversations went on and what conversations gone on between OP and brother.
How interesting. Please give us grace, wonderful listeners, because I feel like this has been a hot mess as a starting story for the podcast. We haven't done one of these in a while because of tour.
It feels like a very simple thing on the face of it.
It really does. That's what's frustrating me.
But the intentional pee has just flipped it for me.
To pee or not to pee? That is Jamie's dilemma.
Yeah.
Bull. 16-year-olds can aim better than this. I think it's a revenge pee on the floor, aka deliver it. I thought I was the only one that thought of the term revenge pee, and I love that there is someone else also revenge pee thinking out there.
Yeah.
We're friends.
Revenge pee is a great... Although, no, I do like puddle of piss.
No, but revenge pee just makes me think it's a revenge party, a party that ends
with everybody peeing on the floor.
Puppy pads all around the toilet, says someone. My son-in-law would put all around the toilet, so I put puppy pads down and he got embarrassed and it stopped.
Wow.
I love that suggestion.
That is actually really clever. Although I prefer my suggestion of padlocking shut the bathroom and not giving Josh the key.
If it's intentional, 1,000,000%. If it's not intentional...
Puppy pads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I think you're so right. It's so funny how something as small as... I was going to say as small as mens rea. That's not small at all. It's actually huge.
yeah.
It's a big deal. But how dramatic a twist we can go. But
Yeah.
I'm with you. If it's intentional, I change my badge too.
Yeah.
And at that
Okay.
point, if you're being that much of a dick, I kind of don't care. No, I do. To lock someone out when they can't afford anywhere else and put them out in their ass before they get a plane back, I still think is a very large push, but I love your idea of the lock.
Yeah. Or they just go home early. Change their flight.
Rearrange your flight. I mean, that could also be incredibly expensive.
It could be, yeah. Sometimes you can change it if you've got a flexi flight, but
Imagine this relationship going down the shitter, excuse the pun,
because
of pee.
pee.
That's really
What a
sad.
mess.
What a mess.
What
You
a
did that on purpose.
What a mess.
Oh, drama. Okay, I'm really hoping this one is going to be a little more straightforward.
Yes, fingers crossed.
Am I the drama, Jamie, for exposing my sister for being a liar?
Oh,
They agreed to simple rules and then slowly broke them and cost me more money.
I'm already having an opinion.
This sounds spicy.
If you lie, deal with the pie that you get served. That is consequences.
Oh my goodness.
The consequence pie. There we go. That's what I wanted to say.
Jamie's new line of merch.
Shut up. Quick background check on me. I'm a 31-year-old woman. I'm an RN. I work 4 days and then I'm off, and I bought my home in 2018 and currently I'm single. That was like a boom, boom, boom. I don't
love
know
it.
what
What's
an
an
RN. Regional nurse?
Running
Number plate. What is an RN? Registered nurse.
registered nurse.
A registered nurse. Due to constantly waking late and not feeling like going to work, my 29-year-old sister lost her job.
Oh no.
And my 29-year-old brother-in-law couldn't afford to pay the rent and bills and for what their child needs, a
And the child's a
1-year-old daughter.
girl. Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
They were evicted from their house, and due to the way the world is going with the cost of living, everyone else didn't have room for an extra 3 people except for me. Before they even moved in, I had rules set in place in writing as follows.
Ooh, I love the rules. Okay.
OP is very
I love
matter
the
of fact.
boldness. It's like,
yeah.
this is how it is, babe. Deal with it.
Rule number 1, $500 for rent and bills due on the 1st of every month. It's an extra 3 people.
That feels unbelievably generous. No matter where you are, £500 for a 3-person family.
Yes, it does depend on where they are though and how much.
In the UK, 500 sounds unbelievably cheap.
Yeah, it would also be more like £350.
Yeah.
So yes, I don't think that's an unreasonable amount to charge to
3 people.
cover
accommodation.
extra bills and just
Yeah.
like.
And for bills to be included. That is very, very cheap.
Rule number 2, starting Sunday night through Wednesday, please try and be quiet. I work those days.
Fair. I'm liking OP.
Yes. Rule number 3, make a mess, clean it up. Help
Piss.
clean the yard and around the house. Don't pee on my floor. Rule number 4, they smoke. I don't care, not in the house. Okay, that all sounds really reasonable.
Yeah, I pulled a face. Because I was like, oh, baby, like analysing how that worked. But I think as long as you're not around your child.
Oh,
and
smoking
respecting
around
the
a
rules of
baby,
somebody
yeah.
else's house, you do you.
OP carries on. Everything was going good for the first few months, and honestly, since breaking up with my boyfriend, it was kind of nice having someone to talk to. Then slowly, it started going downhill. My niece spills juice on the floor and it wasn't mopped up, or dishes being left in the sink, or food being left out, or dirty clothes, deliveries being left in the living room. Okay, sounds like it's just this mounting up of small
hearing
little
the snowball.
things. Things getting broken and they deny it. Their room and bathroom being dirty. My sister claimed she was too tired because she did find another job. They tried leaving my niece with me after getting off of a 12-hour shift.
Oh, no.
No, okay. You're now just turning into like the live-in babysitter.
Yeah.
And when I did agree to watch her just for an hour, it turned into 8 hours. No, that's not okay to just dump your child on somebody.
I mean, if it was an accident that then extrapolated and they didn't know, fine, but that's not
But you need
sounding
to
like
be in
that's what it is.
communication as well.
Also, I think what's annoying me the most about this list is things are getting broke and they deny it. I think if you're being careless, if you don't know, it's because some people are more aware of mess than others.
Yes.
Like, you are way more aware than I am of mess accumulating.
Yes.
Not dirt, but mess.
Yes,
So
there's
if
a
you don't see
big
it-
difference between the two things.
Absolutely. So if you don't see it, that's fine. If you're breaking things because you're clumsy, I can't really be mad at you for being clumsy, but to deny it, that would really rub me
Yeah.
up the wrong way. It's the intention.
It's just taking responsibility as
Yeah.
well and being like, look, I'm really sorry. I'm going to try and be tidier. I just struggle with it and I'm so sorry I'm clumsy.
Yeah.
I will replace what I've broken.
Yeah.
Woof.
Carry on.
Okay,
Sorry.
then all of a sudden they couldn't afford the rent. I knew that was coming. I felt it.
So now they're not even paying you.
Yeah, so they're not even paying. Would eat all of my food and not replace anything. Things really hit the fan when my electric bill was $800. What? And my sister's response was,
year?
what? Are we supposed to sweat to death?
Oh.
I was aware they were running the air conditioning all day.
Oh no.
They refused to pay more than the agreed $500. I told them I wouldn't charge them rent for the next month, but that I wanted them out.
Fair.
I think that's
feel
a
like
very
things have
fair
gone
response.
really,
Yeah.
Really far. I don't know why I'm trying trying to give them credit. What I'm saying is, look, you said $500. They are clearly in a very difficult situation. So if you're like, hey, no, you need to pay me more because my aircon bill or my electricity bill's gone up to $800, that is unbelievable. However, I can understand them pushing back on that and being like, whoa, you said $500. With everything else, they're clearly not very kind guests.
You know when you read and you're just like,
I know who you are.
I wouldn't have anything to do with you. Just no thank you.
But I mean, you don't know sometimes until you're in that situation.
And I'm not. It's so easy when you don't.
Like
yeah, absolutely. It's so easy when you don't see every side of people and you just see snapshots to be like, okay, I help you out, and then you see the full picture and it's like, wow, I should never have gotten myself into this mess, which I'm sure OP is feeling right now. But like reading this and what they've done now, I'm like, I feel so bad for OP. Yeah, because all she did was help.
I totally agree with you, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's fine for them to not want to pay more, and I think it's really reasonable of what OP said to be like, okay, and they've gone, I'm not going to push that, and I'm not going to ask you for extra rent. I just want you to focus on moving.
Yeah,
that does sound really reasonable, does it not?
It sounds very reasonable from OP, because actually, like, if people,
they've been taken advantage of.
If people were extortionately using the electricity and like taking advantage of a kindness, I would want to be like, no mate, you are covering that extra charge, because what the hell, how did you push it up to that much money?
Yeah, it's not what was agreed upon, but then also breaking things and lying about it and being your babysitter were also not agreed upon. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's very kind to be like, look, we're just going to part ways.
Yeah, clean slate, get out.
Yeah.
My sister got mad and they did move out, but she went around telling everyone who would listen that I heartlessly threw them out. Oh my God. I got a lot of backlash from family and friends, but nope, I'm petty. And the good thing about being a nurse, definitely a nurse, is I don't have time to talk on the phone. So I posted on Facebook and Instagram all of the text messages and photos of what they did to my house.
Oh no.
The text clearly showed them agreeing they owed me rent money. They left my house a mess. There was mold in the bathroom they were using, and that I was charging them only $500 and not the $1,500 they were claiming. Sister and brother-in-law got told off by our parents, and now she's upset that I exposed them like that.
Okay, so they're clearly lying. They've said $1,500 when it's clearly only $500.
Disgusting.
They have left it in a negative way, and you are showing that. And it sounds like there's been further arguments about whether they owe money, and you're saying, look, they have even agreed to me that they owe money. I hear all of that.
I know what you're going to say, and I think we're going to disagree.
I still think you're the arsehole for posting on Facebook and Instagram. Whoa, no. That's not my badge. I'm saying that is an arsehole move to post it on social media. I do not buy for a second that being a nurse means that you don't have time to talk to people on the phone. I'm also doing this from a perspective where social media plays a large element in our role.
Yes.
But regardless of whether you are a social media person in terms of career or a person who uses social media, you have no idea where that's going to. And your network online is 1,000,000% going to be more than the individual people coming back to you. I just think it is so wrong for you to put that publicly. Send it to the people who you are speaking to, but don't give me bull that you don't have time to talk to people, because you yourself have said that you work Sundays through Wednesdays. Everybody has time for certain things. I just think that's not acceptable. Do you disagree with me? You disagree with me. Explain why. That's fine. We can disagree. I'm surprised, but we can disagree.
If you lie, prepare for the consequence pie. Honestly, I think the behaviour from OP's sister and brother-in-law is like abhorrent to the point of like, I don't give a shit. Like seriously, what harm is it gonna do them beyond them being shitty people for it to be shared on a, I presume, friends and family basis online?
One, you're presuming.
If it goes beyond
it's
that,
not just family and friends who can see these accounts.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have been
I
arseholes.
1,000,000% agree with you. I do 1,000,000% agree with you. And every single person who knows you, who's like, hey, I hear that you're being a bit of a butthole, send it to them. Send them those receipts, baby. But don't put it on a public forum. That's the thing that's different to me. Share your receipts, just not publicly.
You know what it is though? There's probably a whole bunch of people that the sister has told lies to who haven't told OP that they know.
Then,
so OP wouldn't be catching everybody.
If they are going to judge me on things of a one-sided opinion, then that's their problem for not coming to consult me. I see your frustration. One question that I want to ask, and I'm not mad at you. Like, it's fine that we disagree. I'm surprised.
I know you're not mad at me.
This. I'm not at all feeling a negative way to you.
I wouldn't do it.
Yes, that was my question. We have actually been in incredibly similar situations. The amount of people
taken
who have tried
advantage
to,
of and then lied about,
and then, like, tarnish our name. Have you ever once thought, I'm going to put it online?
I have wanted to, but always like more in the sense of actually like writing my own "Am I the Drama" post
Sure,
to just
but
like.
Would you ever publicly? Because you know that people in our personal network have been told things that are not true. Have you ever thought, you know what? what, I'm going to mass put this out there because, quote unquote, I don't have the time. Everyone can say they don't have the time. I'm not buying that for a second.
I would not.
I just think it's not the...
I would...
Mama Karma.
I would not.
I'm sorry, babe.
But it's...
I would not.
I would not. But to me, where I got very hung up on the being kicked out in the first story, this one, the reaction and response from OP, it seems like not everybody would do it. Not everybody would agree that it was the correct course of action. Yes, it seems petty. Yes, it can probably bring a lot more drama. However, it's such tiny cheese to me in comparison to what they did to OP that I'm not even taking it into consideration with this post. I wouldn't do it.
But that is what the title is. Much like the other one, is another drama for the exposing of being a liar.
Sometimes I think it's okay to do not okay things.
This is a popcorn situation all over again.
They've been awful.
I totally agree with
They
you.
have been
It
absolutely
sucks.
disgusting. And I think, do you know what else might be playing a role in this though? And I fully appreciate where my own bias might be coming from. I get exposed a lot on TikTok. I don't know why. I don't really engage with them very much. I think I looked at one once, but I get a lot of these exposing my ex-boss, exposing my sister-in-law for being an asshole, where people literally post on TikTok screenshots of conversations and be like, I rate this conversation for what they said to me a -4 out of 10 because they were such a dick. And so I'm so used to it being like 1.3 million likes and it's just public on TikTok that I'm like, okay, if you're doing a post to your friends and family to just en masse clear your name, I'm not going to judge you. I wouldn't do it because of the mess and the box that can unlock, but I'm not judging you.
Because of the way that we use social media.
Yes.
It is very different.
What I think about my personal Facebook,
Same,
and
yeah.
there's like...
And I would never.
There's like 100 people on there.
And I would never do this. I feel like
Okay.
social media has like desensitized
It
you.
definitely has desensitized me, but I have a question for you.
Sure.
Let's put it in James Charles and Tatty, whatever her name was, spy sister drama. We don't need to put it on them, but like imagine two famous people online
Yeah.
where one gets accused of something and they come to their defense by sharing receipts. Do you think that's okay? If somebody's like, X person stole money from me, how dare they? And then loads of people going messaging this person go, oh my god, I can't believe you stole money from Bob, how dare you? And so this person is like, oh my god, I'm getting hundreds of these messages. Okay, fine, here is my post to clear my name and here are the receipts to show I did not steal money from Bob. Is that okay?
I hear what you're saying, but with this James Charles Tatty situation, right, one of them went online first and they decided to share it with the world, and then the other person retaliated by clearing their name to the world that it was shared upon. The sibling here, who was nasty ass, they are nasty ass beings, they are moldy beans, they didn't put it online.
But listen,
they're just running their mouth to friends and family.
Although went around telling everyone who would listen that I heartlessly threw them out. I got a lot of backlash from family and friends.
Yes, I hear it.
This
So
isn't
they're
just
mouthing
like
off,
the
they're mouthing
parents.
off. Of course, then every person that's given you backlash, have a copy and pasted response. Send out one page that's like, you, along with so many people, have heard these lies. Look at these damn receipts and leave me the alone. I get why it would be annoying. Don't put it. I'm not saying don't clear your name. I'm not saying don't have a defense. I'm not saying don't show your sparkly receipts. I'm saying only share it to the people that come to you.
So
don't put it on social media.
Final question, because I think the sister has done the equivalent of put it on social media but just done it by word of mouth instead. So if somebody has 1,000 followers and slanders or says something about someone with 1 million and that 1,000 follower post doesn't get a huge amount of attention but it gets enough that the 1 million follower person is having backlash, can that 1 million follower person then not share about it online because they've got a much bigger platform and it's going out to a much larger audience?
I don't understand your question. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're saying it's okay in like the James Charles Tatty situation because one shared online first. I personally feel like the sister has done the equivalent but just on a smaller scale.
I don't think
She's
she has
running
been.
her mouth
I
so
think
much.
you're-
She's probably sent receipts to people. Well, no, she doesn't have receipts because she's lying.
Exactly. I'm really sorry. I feel like we need to do a social media detox and I feel like we need
No.
to reassess your boundaries between your local network and online.
I'm saying I wouldn't do it.
Because it is in no way the same.
Okay.
Your bosses and...
I struggle to judge. Yeah, but
you
she
said,
deserves them all to see it.
You, Jamie Rains, who knows nothing about these people on TikTok, know about their dramas.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
No, I shouldn't know it.
It's not fair on you, and it's not fair on them. It's not fair on you to be exposed to such shit. It's not
I am
fair.
a victim.
It's not fair that these friggin' platforms then like clickbait and profit from this negative drama and this doom scrolling, which is what we're then fed so much for, and psychologically has a much greater rippling impact.
This is a much larger
on nasty
conversation.
things, but more importantly, it is not for anyone else's business. There's a huge difference between online community and real life, and I don't care what your reasoning, unless it's been publicly shared en masse and you are responding publicly en masse, don't be the one to put it online.
Okay, I think
I'm so shocked that you haven't.
I think it is the popcorn scenario where I'm like, at heart, I know that it wasn't the right course of action,
but you're like,
and I wouldn't do it.
You go for it, babe.
But I'm like, on
wrong.
this situation.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying you are the asshole as a badge.
Should we do the badge and dissect the rest of it?
I think we've done the dissection
Okay,
pre-badge.
but
What is the bad?
not the drama. No, it's not the drama. She cannot possibly be the drama for having a petty, slightly irresponsible response to being dealt that
I'm
shit.
going to say, if I'm going to say not the drama, it's going to be with a tiny soft, you are the drama. Because you shouldn't have put it online. You should have your receipts, you should share your receipts. Just trying to say that she is a little bit at fault for putting it online. You don't do that. And you don't tell me that you don't have time because you work 4 days.
I do think that is just
You're just
excuse.
using that as an excuse.
Just own that you've been petty.
And I get it. You have been wronged, but that is petty of you to put it online. You didn't need to do that, and you shouldn't have done that. I see why you did it, but you're asking if you were wrong for doing it, and yes, you're wrong for doing it. However, they were much bigger wrong.
We fundamentally have the same opinion. I'm just less brutal on it.
You label things funny.
No, I think I'm okay with a little bit of anarchy sometimes.
Sure.
If it feels reasonable,
Is
and
this
this
like
feels reasonable.
lawful good and neutral good?
Maybe,
Is
yeah.
that like-
I think you are lawful good. You are teacher's pet. You're a little goody two shoes.
I am not teacher's pet.
You
know
are
I'm not
when
teacher's
it-
pet. I find that offensive.
No, but I think when it comes to like morality and right and wrong, you are a little bit.
Not the strictest.
No,
of our
no,
network.
we have
There's
a friend.
One person in
Yes,
mind who I
you
will not
know
call
who you
out.
are if you're listening. We love you.
Who has the strictest moral compass? I'm gonna ask him.
Oh my!
about
I
this
want to.
post.
Yeah, can we send this to him? Yes.
But no, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't dislike you, and I don't think any less of you for your judgment.
Same.
And I think you're right, and I think I'm right. And I
Yeah,
think
no,
that's
I
the
hear you.
beauty of doing this. This is why we do this, because it's okay to have different lenses. Badges shouldn't be the be all and end all.
Also think fundamentally we are saying the same thing.
Don't you go putting your dirty laundry on socials.
Yeah.
I know you won't.
No, I won't. Maybe my dirty socks.
You're definitely not the arsehole. You set clear and reasonable rules, and your sister and brother-in-law chose to disregard them. You were more than fair by offering them a place to stay and asked for a modest contribution. And then they had the gall to lie about the situation, after which their lies were exposed. Faffo, baby!
Faffo.
F around and find out.
Fudge around and find out.
Yeah.
That should be farfo.
Consequence pie. Serving Jamie's
Exactly.
consequence pie. See,
That's
I can
what
say it.
that person is like.
And I'm like, yeah, babe. Like, if I saw it on a fictional TV show, I'd be like, psh, 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 psh. But in real life, I'm like, no, don't do that.
If your sister hadn't lied about you online and attempted to wreck your reputation, reputation
Come on,
with
Jimmy.
your friends and family, you wouldn't have had to expose her, would you?
I mean, she didn't lie about you online.
Not as far as we're aware, no.
I think that's a bit of a
I
presumption.
feel like
think
OP
if she
would have
did,
said
then
that it was
absolutely
online.
You respond to it in the
Online,
same way.
yeah.
But that's not what happened.
Faffo.
If I was on the receiving end of that, I would not want people to air my dirty laundry online. I would not do that to someone.
But then don't create the dirty laundry.
I wouldn't. But if somebody had dirty laundry, shove my laundry in my face. Don't put it on your network.
I think the sister ignored the laundry.
Not the drama. Exposing lies told about you never makes you the drama.
I think I agree with that. Exposing lies about you never makes you the arsehole. Oh, we've got an Everyone Sucks here.
Is this Shaaba?
Is this Shaaba?
Did I message
Oh my
her
god,
before?
Shaaba! She was clearly taking advantage of you and you had every right to throw her out.
Yes.
But did you really have to go and post photos on social media?
Yes.
This isn't a subreddit where people ask, am I right to be upset? It's where people ask, am I the arsehole? And yeah, posting photos of what they did is being an arsehole. Okay. You admit it yourself when you say you're petty.
And there's nothing wrong with being petty. You be petty, but you accept that you're being petty.
Yes. Don't make up an excuse about phone calls. I empathise with you here. She was making you out to be a villain and you wanted to set the record straight. Nothing wrong there. If you sent photos in a text message in response to family and friends
person is in
giving
my
you
brain.
backlash, that's still reasonable. But posting photos on social goes too far because it airs the dirty laundry, perhaps literally, to a wider audience even if they hadn't given you backlash.
Yes!
This doesn't make you a huge asshole. If we're weighing the scales of who is right and who is wrong, the scales still tip towards your sister.
I'm sorry, Jamie, I need to marry this person.
Who took advantage of you and lied about it to make you look bad. That sucks. But by posting about it on Facebook and Instagram, you put some weight on your side of the scale too.
A million %. Yes to every single section sent about this. You take your pie and you shove it. That is the correct pie.
Oh, see, the thing is,
that's fine. You have your pie.
My heart does not disagree with this post, and it does not disagree with you. I have a nugget of vindictiveness in me that you don't have.
Where my petty side and my vindictive side is like, yes, Jamie, spill it.
Yeah, but I let mine out. You know when a child licks a bus window.
Where are you going with this?
I feel like sharing it online is giving in to that urge to lick the window. You know, as an adult, you shouldn't do that. Like, the rational side of your brain is like, this isn't correct behavior, but you just gotta taste that window. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm really grateful for this post. I'm just gonna slowly roll past the window and come back. What is the benefit of licking the window?
No, that I learned this in psychology. Okay, it's all about the id and the ego and the super ego and all of this stuff. Sure. And I think everybody has that bit of vindictiveness, and if people say they don't, they're lying.
Absolutely.
But some people act on it a lot more than others. That's all I'm saying, is some people give in to that urge to be vindictive.
Of course, but this question is not have you given in to the urge, it's are you the drama for giving in to the urge? That's what we're talking about. That's what this podcast is about. It's about the morality surrounding the action.
It's slightly dramatic.
Just because it's dramatic doesn't make it wrong. That's Jamie.
Yeah.
He's
I don't feel torn, but I'm definitely...
I'm glad we can both see each other's points of view. And I genuinely really appreciate these.
Thank you.
These discussions and the fact that we land on different badges, because it does just really emphasise to me that there isn't a right answer.
I love you.
Though you shouldn't post things online. But... Which you are also saying even with your badge giving out. So
yes, I've said it. I wouldn't do it. And if our friends did it or somebody close, I'd be like, babe, maybe that wasn't the best idea. But
they went to you, was I wrong for doing that?
I'd have been like, I think you made the situation worse. There was a way that you could have cleared your name without posting.
I feel like you kind of just said your badge. You just don't want to say the badge.
No, because I've heard what they've gone through and I'm like, you spill that tea. I'm cheering them on.
Your consequence pie is looking shadier by the minute, babe. I'm just saying.
It's delicious.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Mushroom
is.
And leek.
Right, there's one other thing that I wanted to say. I really appreciate this post for putting into words, I think, the bit that I was struggling to articulate and understand the logic behind. And it's because by putting it online versus simply responding, and I know simply responding to the people who have directly contacted you takes a while. That's what maintaining a social network involves, time and effort. But I think the problem for me is absolutely that it will go out to people who haven't seen the backlash. You are involving other people into an affair that doesn't need to be involved, tarnishing your name as well as theirs, right? And being like, oh, what the hell is this? When they might not have known anything about it. And on top of that, you are making it a part of your identity online, giving it the air that it doesn't deserve. That is not sweeping it under the carpet for me. That's sticking it on a wall and being like, ooh it, look at my pie, you know? So thank you, post. We should be besties. I don't know who you are, but I really appreciate your words and I agree with you.
What if it's a beautiful pie?
And I love you.
With little pastry leaves on top.
And a part of me agrees with you too. My petty side agrees with your badge. I can feel it. But I feel like our logic is the same.
I feel like I want to pull you to the dark side and give you a red lightsaber and just hear you go, yeah, do it.
I feel like we've argued, but are we okay?
We haven't argued.
Okay, I'm just checking.
How do you think that was an argument?
I don't know. I just feel like maybe... I don't know. I just feel like maybe I'm getting some vibes that you're not very happy with me. And I just wanted to
You're getting the vibe because when we finish recording this, I'm going to go post receipts online about this conversation and be like, oh my God, what a goody two shoes. Help me.
No,
Shaaba I'm not.
Stops the recording and then goes, yeah, oh my God, such an asshole. Absolutely not the drama for the person with the receipts.
Oh, well, I'm going to clip that bit and post it online. We're having a wonderful, healthy discussion and I have no negative feelings.
Yeah, babe. Not the drama, and I hope you've changed the locks already.
That is very important. Always change the locks.
Babe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, number one.
And honestly, this is what I mean. I say Mama Karma so much. I worship Mama Karma. She's everything to me.
What about me?
I love you, but you're not Karma. When I say that, it's not it's not the idea of consequence. It's the idea of do unto others what you would want to be done yourself. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't be lying
what
like
is the
that.
right thing to do? That is karma, isn't it?
Not lie.
Morality
What if
and
the
karma is the same
sister's
thing.
karma was to have her reputation ruined online?
Then Mama Karma will sort that out. You don't need to do that, sister. You live your life all amazing here, and there is a reason that your sister is struggling and not in a place because nobody wants to host her because she's been a little bitch.
Being a little bish.
Being a little bitch is a reality of the situation.
We say bish.
Bitch. She's been a little bitch. Oh, drama. All right, should we do one more?
We shall do one more. And this last one is very exciting because this has been sent in by a lovely listener.
Oh, thank you so much, Peach. I'm hoping we can help you out. This is from Anxious Bride.
Yeah. Am I the drama for not inviting my mum's last brother? Okay.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right.
Very cryptic.
I'm assuming to a wedding based on the title Anxious Bride.
Oh, I just, for tea.
For tea. Hi, shaabaandjamie. Hello, Anxious Bride.
Hello.
I have some wedding drama.
Oh, anxious bride.
What did you think I was saying? Are you okay?
No.
You ate too much pie.
All right.
I'd really appreciate your perspective on how my partner and I are handling our guest list for a small 40 to 50 people wedding in a few months. Oh.
I'm already feeling the second-hand stress.
Congratulations, though, on your gorgeous wedding.
Congratulations.
I don't know when these are posted in, so if this
You may
has
already be
happened,
married.
Congratulations, and I hope it was amazing.
Woo, wedding.
If not, let's help you out. Hopefully we can help other people out regardless. We are in the US, and my mother and her family are originally from South America. In a lot of Hispanic culture, there's a huge emphasis on family above all else. However, my mother felt it important to teach me to respect those who give me respect. For example, I'm no contact with my father because of his various thefts, abuse, and hot-headedness. Honestly, I can relate to this so much.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of traditional family pull from not Western culture that really prioritizes bloodline and like relationship title. But ultimately, I do agree, relationships are just not going to work. If they're held on any other pretense other than mutual, bilateral respect, it is not going to hold up.
Yeah, fully agree.
You said it really well. You're a house of cards.
Oh, a house of cards
Balancing
balancing on a
on a
matchstick. No, that's how I describe turfs.
Yeah. However, this is about my mum and my uncle, her last living brother. That sounds like Lara Croft and the last living brother.
Shaaba.
I never had much of a relationship with him. He's lived far away from his wife and his youngest, my cousin. There are more, but I've never met any of them. My mum would always call him a dick, and they didn't speak for a while. The few times that I interacted with him and his wife were not my favourite times.
Okay.
When I was little, we went to stay with them for a few days. I had a blanket on the floor, my mum had a bed, and my brother shared with our cousin. It physically hurt me. I'm a sensitive peach, always have been. That's okay, babe, you do you. I tried talking to my mum about it, but she doesn't want to offend him. I also feel it's unfair that I was the only person without a bed, especially since there was a couch.
That's weird.
That is weird.
That is weird. I would never not at least provide an airbed to a guest.
But also, like, if there's a sofa that literally nobody is on, like, put your little sensitive peach on the sofa, babe.
Or do you know what? Just some cushions. There's always something you can do in that kind of situation that isn't literally putting somebody on a hard floor.
And if you can't, don't host them.
Yeah.
But we'll carry on. I appreciate as well that is a very privileged mindset to have. Sometimes needs must, but it sounds like this is one example that you're giving to why this person is not a nice person and hasn't been to you. So I respect that. I just wanted to acknowledge that, obviously. I don't mean this from a really privileged way of like,
everybody
well,
has 20 sofas.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not the case. Growing up, they've always remained distant, and my aunt can be very controlling about planning, which often causes issues. The next time that we went to visit, my brother and I were adults. The point was to get together with them and my now late uncle, who's my mum and this uncle's older brother. Fair enough. My aunt and uncle really monopolised my late uncle, which breaks my heart as it was the only time that I've been able to meet with him, and he lives in South America and we grew up poor. We all knew that he might go soon and they couldn't share well. That's sad.
Right.
The first night we got into town, it was my birthday and they told us not to come because the late uncle was staying with them. Thankfully, my mum got a message to the late uncle and he got them to change their minds, but it still made me feel like an afterthought. This is weird.
This is weird.
Younger uncle sounds odd.
Yeah.
Anyway, now my wonderful partner and I are getting married soon. I'm so excited. I love him so much and they're supporting me in the decision to not invite my uncle or his family. I've got no qualms against my cousin, but he has special needs and would need a babysitter, which is usually passed off to my brother, so I find it easier just not to extend anything to any of them, which has greatly upset my mum. Ooh, interesting. Okay, just to unpack that, I think it's totally fine for you to not want to invite your uncle. I also feel like it's totally fine if you don't want to invite your cousin, because inviting like one family member without the family could cause family politics, which are tricky.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's okay to not invite someone just because they're going to need extra amenities. That doesn't feel very fair.
No.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like swap that out for like a specific thing that may need extra care during a day, and
Like
it
anything
just
else.
doesn't seem fair. Like
Right.
if you know somebody's a wheelchair user and you would have to source like a ramp for them to get into the venue, it would be unfair of you to say, I'm just not going to invite them because I don't know how to find this thing, because that's very exclusionary.
Yes. So to say that you have no qualms with this person, but you're just not going to invite them specifically because they'll need extra provision doesn't feel fantastic
think
to
you-
hear. Objectively, that doesn't sound like a great thing to do.
I think you could set the parameter of, I would love to have my cousin here. I appreciate that he needs some extra support, and unfortunately on the day my brother won't be able to offer that, but if there is somebody else that can,
Who
then
is not the people that I don't want to invite.
Yeah, I think you can set
I
a
can see how that
parameter
can
of
be
like,
tricky, but then that is up to the cousin then, I think, to find somebody else who can be nominated that isn't one of the guests already who are going to be preoccupied with presumably wedding duties, and to make sure that it's also not the people that you don't want to invite. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you can have a chat about that, but to just not invite does feel a bit wrong. Just putting that out there.
yeah.
And yes, there is some unresolved tension of me cutting off my father, who she's still somehow married to.
Oh, complicated.
As in, the mum is
Yeah,
upset
yeah, yeah.
that this has happened. And yeah, additionally, because my mum's trying to mend her relationship with my uncle, it doesn't mean that I need to, which I totally
I
agree
agree with that.
On the other hand, I do feel bad that she'll be the only parent there without at least one sibling. I mean, but her kids get married.
Yeah, and she could have been
It's
like,
okay.
you wouldn't feel bad if she was an only child.
And she has so much other family and loved ones that's going to be there, it's okay.
Yeah.
However, my father-in-law is one of many, and only 2 of his are invited, and my mother-in-law is just one of her few still living. Well, there you go. Yeah, so it's diverse. Even an aunt from my father's side will be there. I just don't think that my wedding should have people that I dislike.
Absolutely not. As in, I agree with that.
I hate the idea of a wedding doubling as a family reunion, as my partner and I just want people that we love and have supported us.
Yes.
Babe, it's your wedding. If that's what you want, that's what you deserve. I can see how the situation could feel unfair, but she's done things like cry at restaurants because I mentioned that my bridesmaids' parents, who mean a lot to my partner and I, are invited, but not my uncle. Or she's threatened not to come, or even requests I uninvite her cousin, who I lovingly call auntie, as she's more than earned that, along with her amazing husband. So am I the drama?
Oh,
Weddings are difficult. Wedding guest lists are the most stressful things about
Horrible
weddings,
things.
particularly when people like parents get involved and feel like they have a very big say.
Yeah, I think we had some situations of like not
Everybody
inviting some people and other people being like, oh my god, are you sure? Really? Like, this is a bit upsetting.
But you know what? My mum was very like, it's your day.
Yeah.
You do what you need to do.
And eventually everybody was like that as well. And it was just a case of, you know, it's your day. You will want to look out on the crowd of guests and only see people there that are smiling back at you because they love and support you and have been there in your life, and they are meaningful to you and you are meaningful to them. There is no point inviting people who are gonna potentially cause issues, because as well, I feel like maybe the uncle hasn't given OP a lot of confidence that he is trustworthy at family gatherings.
Yeah, I agree with
And that
you.
would make me worried.
And you know what? Even if it wasn't someone that you thought would cause any issues, if you don't want them there, you don't want them
Yeah.
there. Your mum could be trying to make relationships, fix relationships with her neighbours, dogs, siblings, owner. And there is still no obligation for you to invite that person just because your mum is trying to have a relationship with that person. Do
Yeah.
you see what I mean? Like, it's a shame that I think that your mum is using that as a way to try and get you to invite them, because that is not on you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that it can have a ripple effect on her, especially within non-Western families where family hierarchy and politics seems to play like a more emphasized role. So I
Yeah.
appreciate that that also has something to do with it. But at the same time, it is still not on you. And it's up to your mum to then communicate if your uncle is feeling some kind of way or his family are feeling some kind of way, to be like, look, it's not my decision. It's their decision. It's their wedding.
Yeah, I know there's cultural elements that make this very difficult, but it speaks a lot more to if your uncle then uses that as a, like, weaponizes it against your mum, that's his problem, not yours. Like, if people are using that situation and blaming others who are not involved in the decision of your wedding and punishing them for who you invited to your wedding, then that speaks a lot to their character and is not your problem to deal with. I know it can feel bad, but you have who you want at your wedding. I'm not the drama, but I would just like to revisit that point about the cousin, because I
was
think there is a
thinking about this
little
too.
bit of drama with that one.
Yes.
Because not inviting somebody because they require extra assistance does not feel very fair.
That would absolutely make you the drama. And
Yeah.
I think that you're right, specifically for the cousin. You're right, you hit it on the head. Invite there who you want. That is the point. If you want the cousin there, because you want their company to be there, invite them. And if you're inviting inviting someone, accommodate them and their needs as you would a vegetarian by having alternative cuisine there.
As you would if you wanted children there and you may need a creche.
Exactly. As you would if there was a wheelchair user, or any number of things that make us different, interesting, spicy mixes of people, right? Just let that want be the first and only thing really that guides your guest list. Obviously financial ability too, venue capacity, that kind of thing, but want is the big word here.
Yeah.
I really hope that your wedding goes remarkably well.
/ went well.
Yes, if it's already happened, and I hope that the ripple effect of this goes no further than this just being a cool celebration of your love, because that is what you deserve at the end of the day.
I totally agree.
Aw, Peaches, if you have anything else that you would like to add, please do feel free to pop over on YouTube if you're not watching it on there, to join the conversation in the comments section, or to DM us over at 1-800-DRAMA-POD on Instagram.
Yes, absolutely. And if you are listening to this on a podcast platform, please do give us a rating. It helps out a lot, and you can rate individual episodes as well.
And if you are not listening to this on a podcast platform and you're listening to this on YouTube, please, 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 would you mind going and giving it a listen over on the podcast platform? And we're letting you know that we are really ramping up what we're doing to our podcast audio only listeners. There are going to be bonus audio only episodes coming out very soon.
Yes.
Because we really want this podcast to do well, and we have big exciting plans to share with you.
Oh my god.
But we do need your support to help it get there.
Yes.
So
please be the little scaffolding around our podcast.
Would so appreciate that. You are very welcome to rate this episode. Remember, you can rate every episode on your favourite podcast platform. Give a little thumbs up and subscribe if you're over on YouTube.
And go give us a follow on Instagram over at 1-800-DRAMA-POD.
You can also go and take a look at our website, shaabaandjamie.com, if you want to submit a 1-800-DRAMA of your own, much like Anxious Bride has done over here.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much again for listening.
Much love.
Be kind and have a great day.
Bye.